2010 Kia Sedona van, 3.8. My brother took this in for an inspection at Monro Muffler, and what they did prior to the inspection is they did exhaust work, $1,700 worth, and they replaced that front muffler's double muffler like a resonator. This is a catalytic converter. They took it off from there and welded a straight pipe in there and supposedly replaced this pipe, but this is shot and it's only 5,000 miles ago, so it won't pass inspection. So we're gonna cut the flange right there and get that right out of the way, right tight to the flange. And I bought a new converter and it fits in here to that flange, and they welded that one up too. This is a muffler shop, repair shop, New York State inspection. I can't believe they removed the converter. I don't think it could put out the right CO2s, you know. So we're gonna put that on. We're gonna put gaskets with new bolts. He's gonna cut right tight to that flange back there. I gave him a demon blade. Try to get it super square and tight. Take your time with it, and it'll cut pretty fast. Try not to hit there. Is that a fuel line or AC line on this side? Probably the blade's a little long. Just don't bunk any of that stuff, you know. They should cut that off pretty nice. You want to save that flange. Using that old Ryobi blue, it still works good. I got a brushless one also. Alright, hold up there. How does she look? Is it cut nice and square? It's not tilting on you, is it? Because we don't want to cut into that flange. Can you see it alright? It's not easy.
Going crooked towards the flange.
Okay, if you want to come up from the bottom, then just be careful with any lines in the way. Take your time with it. I was going to use a zip wheel, but I don't want all the sparks in there. We're also going to replace this crossover pipe up here. We're going to cut that out, put a new one in, and we're going to get this thing so it'll pass inspection. Yeah, take your time. It's going to bite, but... be careful. I don't think it'll fall because it's got a donut gasket there. Or don't, you know. Doing a good job cutting it. Looks nice. Awesome. See how close he cut that? So now you can take the grinder and just grind that flat, and a new flange will hook right up to it. So now he's going to make a second cut right here behind the frame, and that way we can pull this pipe off. And just be careful with any fuel lines and any kind of lines going on there. Can you see okay?
I got a cut over here.
Yeah, something like that. Just be careful with any lines in the way. Otherwise, I don't think it'll fit up over the frame to pull it out of here. So it's easier to get that off in there. But this went to the rear and this goes to the front. And see what that muffler shop did. They welded that thing right on there instead of putting a converter on. I can't believe they didn't put a converter. They removed the converter. You saw it on the floor, didn't you? He said he saw it on the floor there and he didn't think anything about it. Thought they fixed it for $1,700. I think they've turned it in and got the precious metals out of it. So we've got this disconnected, right?
Yeah.
Is this free to come down? Got a clip up there or something. There it comes. You got to make sure these oxygen sensors are free, and we're going to remove the sensors and put them in the new pipe prior to putting it up there. It's a lot easier. We got them unclipped and it's got a body clip there, and then We don't have acetylene for the little torch, porta torch I got. I keep saying that in all my videos. I should probably go get it. But we're going to use propane torch. Look at the shape of them nuts. And we're going to try to get them out. That's pretty rough, ain't it?
They look small and not too.
Yeah, it's probably rounded off. But we're going to heat them up and see if we can get them out. Well, he's torching them up, getting them kind of warm so we can try to get them off. The front ones, they came off. They don't look too bad. The back ones don't look too good. So they're studs. I thought they were bolts. That would be nice. We can slip bolts in. Here we can use a bolt this together. This is our converter. This is what they removed. You see the insides. I don't know how this would pass any emission test removed. This goes over the cradle axle assembly. This is the one he's working on now. And it'd be nice if we can just put a bolt down through there. But it looks like a stud. Same thing in the front. And here's an oxygen. These are the lower, and then there's upper. So these are downstream, and we have two upstream. Right, Tiger? Tiger, you want to help? And this is what they did, is they removed this converter and just welded that in place of it. See that? That's a stupid way of doing things for a muffler shop. So I'm going to keep this, and in case we want to do a little settlement with them, because I think they should refund us money. We have the receipts. Went in with a loud exhaust, and that's what they did, and it's still kind of loud. That's why we're doing it again. It leaks right up here now. They welded it all together, so how are you going to get that apart, you know? You can't. It was welded here, you can't remove that part. So it's all their fault at the muffler shop, and trying to help my brother out. We got these off Amazon. That's a Walker. This is, I forget what it is. Actually, that was eBay. That's Amazon. And kind of reasonable. I don't know why the muffler shop would do that to them. 1,700 bucks, and you know, it's not fixed, won't pass inspection. So let me go get a deep socket. 16. What a bear that was. So we got the front one. We got the front one up here. A little hard to see. You got the two nuts off in that. That one was a bear, getting them loose. Heated. So the oxygen sensors are still on there. Now we're going to tap and pry this out. And then back there at the intermediate muffler, it's probably considered a resonator, but I think it called it a double muffler, is we're going to grind that flange off smooth so the gasket will line up. This pipe here, this double flex stupid thing, we're going to pull down on the front, and it should come and walk itself right off. And we got both of our oxygen sensor wires disconnected. We got to pull these down. Now they're hanging. So they should come down out, and then we'll do the, I don't know where you can see, there you go. We can unscrew those. We'll probably have to heat them up a little bit, unscrew those, and screw them back in the new pipe before putting them up. That'll save a lot of time. But there's one more thing that's going on under here, and it's a power steering return line. It's on the back side of here. Is dripping. See this mess? So I looked on the old Amazon. It was 30 bucks. I said, let's get it. It came. We're going to do that while this pipe is out of the way, and that'll give them a lot of room to tighten that up. And so that's our next step, and we'll bring these all out of here. And we're just prying this down out of here. Careful what you lean on. We're going to pull that up off that cross member here, and then hopefully we can get her down out of there without sawzalling it again, right? It's hard when you're working on ramps in the driveway, you know. Alright, with some love taps, she popped loose finally, didn't she? Let's see what she looks like up there. That flange looks good. Yep, and now that pipe will drop down out of there, and that'll free up some room so we can work on that low pressure power steer, the power steering return line. Alright, that pipe's seen better days. You see it? We're out here in the bright sun. I got an ant on me. Hey dude, get off. And then I got to work on them two O2 sensors, the upstream. and I'm going to put them in there. But we compare our pipe. Everything looks good on this. And they welded that, and they welded that. So we got to deal with that. We've got a return line we're going to do on the power steering that's leaking. So this come off from Amazon. See if I can get her out of the package here. It's 88 degrees, guys. It's pretty warm. Got a pretty sky. What we got is this line goes up towards the power steering pump. Got a clamp, another clamp, then a metal line, a bracket, another clamp for a rubber line, another clamp, then a metal line, a nut, and then an O-ring. And it's leaking somewhere right about from here to here. And so for 30 bucks, we're just going to put the whole new one in, because you can't have a power steering leak to pass inspection. So let me get some wrenches out, see if we can do a, I don't know, flare tube fitting, crow's foot, something. Well, here's that power steering line, and it was leaking somewhere right in through here. So it comes as a unit. So he's putting that back in now, and it's got a new O-ring on the end. But we can't have a power steering leak. We got the front pipe on with the gaskets, the bolts, or the nuts, and we put anti-seize on them. They look pretty good. Now you got the donut hanger on too, don't you? That's good. So now he's got this flange that we have to hook the end of this cat to. And if you look closely, they got a weld patch on it. So they screwed that up too, and that's what they charged him for. I don't know why they welded it. I know they got split flanges. They could have put a split flange on that and used it, but he's grinding that down, and he's using a little Makita 4-inch. So I might give him the 7-inch and let him go to town on it. Get that down about as flat as you can, and maybe we can take the belt sander and finish it up to give him a flat surface for the gasket. Alright, I brought that pipe up here, and I've been heating the crap out of that, and I only got it just broke free. So we're going to have to probably take it into his work where they got a acetylene torch and get her hot on the pipe. She's pretty hot. And I think what I'll do is I'll soak them, and they can just take it in their shop. They work on the forklifts and stuff. Throw it in a vise, heat it up, and I'm sure they'll back right out. So I don't want to monkey them up, ruin the threads. Otherwise, he's got 2 sensors, so it won't be bad. But if we can save them, why buy them? The big guns now, the 7-inch DeWalt, and he should be able to get there if he's got height enough. It's quite a big tool to fit in there, and we got to get it flat for the flange so we can do the gaskets. You got power?
I have to.
I think it's got a little safety button on it.
Stomach can do it. I don't know.
They got safety deals, you know. Watch your fuel tank. So he's setting a straight edge up there. He'd been grinding the crazy out. They did a lot of weld buildup.
Yeah, it's still got to go down.
Yeah, and maybe set your gasket up there and see what that looks like. And that's got to sit really flat to seal. And you see the metal ring on the inside? Take a look at that in the center here. You kind of want that metal ring to be touching all the way around.
Yeah, I got to go down one right up here and here.
But, you know, weld is very hard, depending on what rod or whatever. They probably MIG'd it, but it's a lot of grinding. How much do you think you took off? 1/4 inch? Looks like they welded on it for a half hour.
Flange, yeah, really.
So when he gets it pretty, these flanges will go together nicely with a gasket. We don't want it leaking. You might as well take the time to get it flat. And then I think at the end we're going to use a belt sander. Now we're down to a belt sander. Hopefully we can get it nice and flat. We're not quite flat on there. Bring it down a little bit on the bottom. Bring it forward a little bit. Hard to see and hard to reach. Don't tilt the bottom down. More. A little bit more. There you go. And if we get it flat in the center is what we got to have. We don't care out at the bolts. We only care where the gasket's got a seal. See what she looks like. Maybe take your straight edge up there. See what she thinks there. I don't know.
Oh, now you ruined it.
He's got the difficult job. A little putty knife. It's got a straight edge, sort of. Then just slide it across. Slide it right up and down. Slide it, yeah. Slide it toward you now, toward me. Bring it straight out. Gosh, that's not bad. No, it's getting closer, ain't it?
A little bit there. See how that's...
Yeah, set your gasket up there and stare at it. See what you think. All right, the neighbor across the street's racing his four-wheeler. It's starting to rain. I'm getting wet, but he's dry under here. He's putting his gasket on. We got new bolts, new washers. What do you need? There's a bolt washer. Here's a nut washer. And then this has a bend in that converter, which goes to the front. This should make it past inspection, huh? I don't know if you can hold that and start this. Crawling. It's not like standing up on a lift, is it? Here's a washer and a nut. Yeah, we're in a storm watch right now. They said high winds and rain, and I'm getting a little damp, but it's not bad. It's cooling down. It was 88 degrees. What do you want now? Nut and washer? Here's a nut washer, and there we go. Hopefully these will line up nice. And then we can fire it up, fire it up, fire it up, fire it up, Terrell. Uh-oh, it's raining harder now. I'm getting pretty wet. Glasses, hate my glasses getting wet. And then you want to set your gasket, and we'll do these two. Get them all set, and you can adjust. I got you a ratchet wrench, gear wrench, and a 9/16. And here's a bolt. I would probably put the nuts to the front. I don't know if it matters, but
yeah, probably better.
Probably look better. And then we're gonna put the gasket in there.
I put them nuts in the back.
Yeah, that'll look good then if these go forward. I gotta move. I'm getting soaked here. We're gonna tighten this up, and this project will be back to factory. Nice of Monro to do that, huh? The gasket should line up. He used the belt sander, got her nice and flat, took all that weld off. Alright, I guess we're going to finish the video out on this. We got the power steering leak fixed by replacing that hose. We started up, tested it, filled it up. Doesn't leak, so it was the low pressure, return line. And that was a $30 fix. Not bad. And then we've got the $89 eBay converter, direct bolt. Gaskets came with it, and that front pipe, that was quite a bit more money. I think that come off Amazon. And the only thing left to do is he's going to take the old pipe, that crossover pipe, to work, and they got an acetylene torch there, and get the two oxygen sensors out. And if the threads are fine, or they chase the threads, you're going to bring them down, and we'll put them in, plug it in, and this thing is ready to get inspection. So thank you for watching the struggles of working at home, right? He's down there. He says his neck is cramped. He's got dirt in his eyes. So we'll get cleaned up, and it's well worth doing today. The rain, I think we're going to see a rainbow because the sun just popped out. Got a little wet here, and it quit already. So, but thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next clip.